Welcome back to the channel, and in this tutorial I will show you how you can do this simple double exposure effect to increase value to your images. And you can do various things with it actually, like sort of movie posters and portraits. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright guys, so inside Photoshop we are now doing to reduce the size first. So pick a size that you want, but for the sake of the image we have to adjust the artboard to something like that. So in here I am having some a little bit difficulty with adjusting the board first. So there you go, the board is adjusted, and so everything is aligned. So now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna just crop out something in this image to make it sort of like a portrait, or like it's gonna be fitting for a particular sort of like that, a portrait kind of mode, not so much of a vertical. So let's just import the pictures that we want to work with in this tutorial. So go to the directory that you have the image restored, and for this tutorial the images that I'm gonna use are from unsplash.com. so just select the images and drag them on Photoshop, and Photoshop will just do its job. The images are dragged, and right now just press OK and make the images rasterized. We don't need a smart object not right now, because it's just gonna make the file size huge. So crop and adjust the size, and there we go. So this red picture is gonna be on the top of this double exposure effect. So now we are ready, set to go. So inside Photoshop right now I'm just having the pictures aligned. So in this picture I am gonna make it look like much more popped. So let's just go to adjustment layer and make something a new vibrance layer, and adjust the vibrance to the most that you feel comfortable with it, so it will pops up some color into the image. And now go to the camera raw filter, and inside camera raw filter I'm gonna just increase sharpness, give it some detail, texture, clarity, also some highlights, contrast. Like, you can do the tweak as you want, or it's just completely your own choice. So now the image has much more detail into it. So let's open up the red image, and here we have the red image that we want to have this image on the top of it. So let's enlarge this image a little bit so it will align perfectly with it. So yeah, when you're fine with it, just press OK and make the blending mode to screen. So there you go. But just we're gonna have to do a little bit more like aligning, upscale it down a little bit. There you go, press OK, and now this image it's look like much more sharp, but this image should have some kind of a blur kind of vibe. So before doing that, it's having much more brightness. So adjust a curves adjustment in there, and tone it down a little bit. That helps better. So also go to the hue saturation and just decrease the rate a little bit so it doesn't look like too much for the eyes. And go to the camera filter with this image, and I am gonna decrease actually the noise reduction and everything, so the image should seem like it's sort of like blurred, sort of like that. So yeah, it's pretty much, we are almost done in here. And now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna make a merge layer. I'm gonna make it a smart object, and I'm gonna apply camera filter. First I am gonna apply some vignette in here, like a little bit vignette until you feel like you're okay, and also some grain because it will look like gives you sort of like that retro vibe. As you can see, it gives much more detail, like sort of like enlightenment to the scheme. Let's go back to the basic and just adjust the contrast, highlights and everything as you desire. And I'm gonna just increase the rate a little bit, and there you go, we're pretty much done. But right now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna apply some color lookup to this photo. So apply some first. I'm gonna apply a blue solid color. I'm gonna have overlay mode, but I am actually gonna do a much lighter blue and decrease it to somewhere around 30 or 40 or 50%, but around 40 is fine. I'm gonna go back to the smart object, the previous layer, and decrease the vignette because it just looks sort of weird, like it makes this whole scenario dark. And there you go, it looks now very much fixed. And the blue brings out the color of the bluish tint. And now I am gonna just paint a little bit inside there and just decrease the flow to somewhere around 50, and paint a little bit on the upper side till it feels like it's a little bit of a darkish mode around the edges and everything. And let's decrease it too, because if you see that it's just too much, so let's decrease it a little bit, and we're pretty much done with it. So there you go, this is how you can make a double exposure effect inside Photoshop. So if you like this tutorial, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Much more tutorials coming up. I hope to see you onto the next one. Have a nice day.